What's up YouTube, this is JC of Modern Warfare, and today I give you the video that's probably been the most anticipated of the summer of 2017. Back in May of 2017, I took a challenge unlike any other challenge any YouTuber has ever taken. One that is horrific and one that brings the viewer into a realm where blackness remains and nightmares become reality. Only very few have ventured into this realm before. YouTubers such as Shock Extreme 1 and a few other YouTubers have dared to go near this series. Other than that, I'm really the only other person other than those who's willing to go through with this disgusting, horrific film. In the 1990s, there were films known as Mondo movies in which a documentarian would take his camera, go out and film some of the most horrific footage that they could possibly find, bring it back and assemble a disgusting and twisted film in order to shock the viewer and to show them what man's inhumanity to man can really be like. In 1993, a company called Dead Alive Video, now known as Brain Damage Films, decided to take it a whole step further than what the Mondo genre had ever been. Many people questioned the Mondo genre before because they often question, is any of this real? Faces of Death gave us the answer, with only about less than 30% of it being real and a good majority of it being fake or recreated. This film truly brings us to the outer edge because all of the footage contained in it is 100% authentic footage of people's atrocities, people's deaths, and people's suffering. Many people on YouTube, if they dare to make such a reaction, usually make reactions to videos like 2 Girls 1 Cup, 2 Kids 1 Sandbox, 1 Man 1 Jar, and 2 Girls 1 Finger. While I agree these videos are disgusting, I don't think anything can compare to what I saw in this film. There are also other shock films out there too that also are in more of the mainstream media light, such as the Human Centipede films, a Serbian film, Men Behind the Sun, and probably one of the most famous, Cannibal Holocaust, being questioned for being a snuff film. While this film is in no way near a snuff film, it is nowhere near a mainstream media film as well. Before we get into this video properly, let me just take a few moments to give our audience a word of friendly warning, as I feel it would be impolite not to do so. We now present for you answers to one of the most mind-boggling questions ever asked. How exactly does a person like me, who normally stays away from these type of movies, end up watching 15 minutes of one of the most horrific and disturbing films ever made, and then go back and rewatch it again in order to talk about his experience for his YouTube channel? But a warning to all of our squeamish viewers: these descriptions of human atrocities and of disgusting images will probably make you, at the very least, a little uncomfortable. Brace yourselves, kiddies, as I now give you my experience with the 1993 shockumentary known to many as Traces of Death. Let's go back to the beginning, where it all started. It all started back in March of 2017. I was bored one day and decided to watch some Watch Mojo videos on my phone. I watched one called The Top 10 Most Controversial Documentaries Ever Made.
Sometimes the truth found in a non-fiction motion picture is not as straightforward as it seems.
And of course, the one film that had to be on that list, because this list would definitely not have been complete without it, was Faces of Death.
Number 4, Faces of Death.
Of the many faces of death I have studied, suicide is the most perplexing.
Controversial due to the unflinching depiction of violence for its own sake, as well as the willingness to mix pretend and all too real death indiscriminately. No list of controversial movies, let alone documentaries, would be complete without this exploitation documentary film.
Just like he said, no list would be complete without this entry. My only complaint about this is he says they mixed both fake and real death, which they did, but he makes it sound like it's a mix equally. From what I understand, most of Faces of Death is actually fake. A lot of it actually is either a recreation or it never happened and they just faked it. That's why Traces left such a big landmark. So, like the idiot I am, I decide to go online and do a little research on this Faces of Death. So, I type it in on Google and go to the Wikipedia page. Wait, there's a fourth one? Oh my gosh. Like he said, it spawned off a bunch of sequels, but I didn't think they went all the way. Okay, what do we have here? Okay. What? The whole thing's on YouTube? Oh my god. Our world is just sick. Okay, what does Wikipedia have to say about it? Faces of Death. Oh, it's nice for a photo on the front. And of course, there's the word Mondo. So, like an idiot, I decided to look more into it, so I scrolled down quite a bit and read through all the production, released, history, bunch of other different things about the film, just for Dr. Francis B. Gross. Wow, what an original name. Okay, I'll go all the way back to the top, make sure I'm still in the same movie, and keep going down. Release, banned in 40 countries, not surprising. Okay, it made it to home media, surprisingly. Let's see, reception. Legacy, oh wow, okay, all the sequels. And then I come across Traces of Death, and my initial reaction was pretty much like this. Traces of Death? That's the lamest title I've ever heard of. Literally, that's the dumbest title I've ever heard of. I mean, Traces of Death? You're really just going to take out faces and put traces in there? Okay, a Z movie? What's a Z movie? Okay, well the cover's was way less graphic, but it looks a heck of a lot more ominous, especially with all those surgical tools on the front. Oh great, what are those going to be used for? Let's see, film content. Arba Dwyer, unfortunately, seen it. Carl Walanda, unfortunately, seen it. It looks like they use spooky keyboard music. Oh wow, that sounds really scary. So being Mr. Daredevil, I decided to go over to YouTube. I question myself now why I did this, but okay. I went to YouTube and I just typed in Traces of Death and I wanted basically to see what would show up. So I typed the crap in, and the first video I get is just called Traces of Death. I assume that's the movie. I'm definitely not going to watch that. Oh wow, the second one is a reaction by a YouTuber named Shock Extreme 1. I'll check that one out. That looks cool.
Alright, what's up everybody? What's going on? Steve, as always, here with my good friends.
Nick.
Jacob.
Dash.
And we got a little bit of a challenge going. I told these guys, bite the bullet for 15 minutes of Traces of Death Part 1. Yes. What do you guys think you are going to expect out of this?
Well, I know in the back some guy gets mauled by lions, so that's pretty much what I'm expecting. Yeah, lots of blood and gore. Yeah, I'm definitely scared to be shocked by it.
Alright.
I always remember how the metal music on the menu scared the crap out of me. I always thought that was the music in the film, but then I remember reading that the original movie only used spooky keyboard music, so I figured this must be the menu. I like that he gave the guys a way to get out of it if they didn't want to watch the whole thing. The only thing I found kind of hokey, no offense Steve, was his choice of safety word, Oklahoma. Oklahoma? Personally, I would have punished them had they had not made it past the first 15 minutes, like making them watch the most extreme scene from that film. I remember I was already laughing before the reaction even got started when Steve had his malfunction with the Xbox.
Okay, I'm a ass and I accidentally turned the controller to console off, so
Okay.
we're going to be doing a take 2 right now, which is alright, they didn't see anything really. But on my mark, remember the rules?
So I'm on my way. I remember one of the first things I heard was a door creaking, and then I hear this weird dude who sounds like he's putting his voice through a computer animator. What the heck is this? This guy sounds like he's a computer animated voice. This is the guy they actually got to narrate this movie? What the heck, were they on a low enough budget that they couldn't afford an actual voice actor? This is the narrator I read about? Of course, all jokes aside, he's okay. I mean, they could have done better. Imagine had they got an actor like Vincent Price to narrate this. I think he was dead already by this time, but imagine if that happened. Now that would be scary. Well, enough of all the warnings and everything, now we actually get into the film. I remember I actually started to feel a little bit queasy, and I couldn't believe my ears when I heard some of the descriptions of these things. This sounds disgusting.
With blood from its temporal lobe.
Dude, the dialogue is awful.
Sending his brain
It is so dark.
flying across the road. Listening. Spectacle.
Is that brain?
It's almost like the narrator's
they're showing
glorifying
brains?
what's
What?
going on. It's almost like he's loving
Oh, that's
it,
gross.
which to me is actually pretty disgusting. But as the film goes on, things just get worse, of course. It starts off pretty tame and then it gets more extreme. So basically that's what his friends had to go through, and it's what I had to go through the first time I watched it when I did my reaction. Throughout this challenge, his friends looked pretty disturbed by what they were seeing. So I knew this challenge was going to be no joke, but I also didn't know how serious it'd be as well.
He's like kept hostage or something. Oh, surprised that guy made it. I don't know what it is.
Oh my god! What? No, dude.
Now this is the part that's probably the best out of the whole reaction, is the reaction to the autopsy scene. I thought it was funny because of the way they were reacting. However, when I saw it, I realized this was no joke.
Come on. No.
You know the safety word.
No. Oh. Dude,
Plus, you got two minutes.
Oh god. No, dude, no.
You guys are being strong so far.
Oh my god. I don't know how to make myself feel better. This is real.
Yeah.
No.
This next part also made me laugh really hard as well.
Oh no. It's not so bad now, it's just a bunch of can't really. Oh no. Right when I said that. Oh my god.
35 seconds.
Cut floor, you.
I honestly don't blame them for swearing as much. During my reaction, I wanted to cuss up a storm, but I didn't.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
Surprisingly, they made it.
Alright, eject the disc. Alright, they made it. 15 minutes of Traces of Death Part 1. Any,
How long is that?
When I heard that the film was over 90 minutes long, I was actually pretty stunned by it, and this was my reaction to that.
Damn, that's long.
So, do you think you'd survive the whole
For a
90
film like
minutes?
this, especially.
So thus, the video came to an end, and I was inspired from this point forward to go and make my own reaction.
Alright, well, they won. They watched Traces of Death Part 1. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you guys do the same. If you really want to take the challenge, get the DVD set at braindamagefilms.com. Do you recommend?
I recommend it. Yeah, I recommend it. We recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Until next time.
Liquor next time.
Guess we're all there. Good job, boys.
What's up, YouTube? This is JC Modern Warfare. I'm here with my buddy Kobe.
Hey, y'all.
You might know him
So
as
about
Mossy
2
Medic.
months
Go check
later,
his
I
channel. He has some
decided
really
to
cool things
see
going
what
on.
this was all
But,
about. I decided to
today,
make a
we're doing
reaction
video.
to this
one's a little bit
movie
extreme.
because
Don't you agree?
I really didn't think it was going to be that bad.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I saw his friends
I
get
remember a while
disgusted
back
and
on
I
my
saw
channel,
a bunch
I
of
said I
other
would never
crazy
do
things
any kind of,
going
like,
on
shock videos, so I
and
would
whatnot,
do, like,
but I've had to
children's
think,
stuff or
how
that
bad
disgusting
could this
crap.
really be?
Because
Just
I
because
just
they
think
thought it
people
was
like it,
shocking
but,
and disgusting doesn't mean
not too
I'll
long
think
ago,
it's
YouTuber
that
named
shocking and
Shock
disgusting,
Extreme 1,
right?
or Steve
So,
from Shock
I hit
Extreme
up my
Productions
buddy
made a video
Kobe,
of he
who
and
you
his
probably
friends
know on
reacting to
YouTube
the
as
first
Mossy
15
Medic, and I asked him if he
1993
would be willing to
shocking
take this
entry called
challenge,
Faces of Death.
because he's the only
Well,
one really out of all my
challenge accepted.
friends that
We are
probably
both
has
gonna
the
take the
stomach for a
challenge
video
and see
like
if we can
this.
survive
So
15
I hit him
minutes
up,
of
he
Faces of
agreed
Death
to it,
Part 1.
and we filmed this
So,
challenge
obviously, I
in
didn't
May
buy the
of
DVD from
2017.
Brady because I figured
But
I
of
don't wanna
course,
own
I
that,
put
and I
my
don't think I
foot
can give it to
straight
him,
in
so
my
I think he
mouth,
must own it,
and this
and
challenge
everybody else
was
can really
much
sell it to or
worse
get
than
rid
I
of.
thought it was going to be.
But I looked on food. Oh my gosh.
And there goes his sternum.
Yeah, I was about to say.
As you can see, I had a pillow over my face the whole time, and I tried to keep myself from not throwing
I'm
up.
trying to bet he's gonna
Now,
get
some
hurt.
people might wonder,
Probably a few
were
minutes.
you just copying their
1 minute
reactions?
left.
Did you really actually watch this?
That was a little
Yes,
bit longer,
I
feel.
actually did watch this video. And yes, I was disgusted by it.
1 minute.
My reaction, compared to their reaction, being similar, was actually coincidental. No joke. The
Oh.
reason being is because I put
What
my
is that?
foot
Is
in my
that
mouth
like his
thinking,
liver
oh,
or
this can't be
something?
that bad. I mean, I've seen some things before. You see a lot of things on the news.
Oh.
So how
Maybe
bad
his
can it really
intestines?
be? Until you see the stuff that they actually won't
Oh,
let the
dude.
camera show, and the
Oh,
stuff they
dude,
have
that
to
is-
put blurs over, and the
Oh.
things they have to censor out on live TV, sometimes, if they can. But, either way, it was horrifying and disgusting. And this was my reaction.
Oh. What is that?
No, it does look like liver though.
Oh no, is this his back? Oh man. 55 seconds. Come on, we're strong. We're strong. Oh, they're going to his butt. Oh,
Hey, I'm strong for this.
I know, but I'm not used to this crap.
I'm not used to this crap.
39.
Like I just said, I wasn't used to it. So, after watching
Oh,
this,
dude.
I decided I was
No,
never
you're
going to watch
fine.
this stuff again.
I don't work in
Until
a hospital,
now,
though, so
I
we're
decided
gonna
to
have more.
revisit it so I could make this video for you all.
Oh, dude.
And I realized, big mistake. Oops.